How's it going? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today I'm going to be showing you guys these Universal Monsters Legacy collections. I've been collecting these for a couple months now, just picking them up whenever, and I thought I'd make a video to show them to you guys, kind of do a review on these releases. So you have Dracula, and I'm just gonna start off showing you each release and then all the films that are on it. Dracula, by the way, these have embossing along the frame here, and the words up top and the bottom and on the side. It's pretty cool. Show you the films on the back. There's Dracula, Dracula's Daughter, Son of Dracula, House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. It's a 6-film collection. However, if you look at the bonus features, it's really a 7-film collection because they do have the 1931 Spanish version of Dracula. It's kind of an alternate version of it. They essentially shot the movie twice, one with, the English actors, the other with the Spanish. But I want to show you guys the disc breakdown as well. So every one of these, you got this see-through and then the more specific movie information on the front and back. And the first movie will have it by itself, although this is where the Spanish version also is, and then a picture of the monster. And then after that, they'll usually be in these double disc, which I know a lot of people complain about double disc. Blu-rays are pretty strong and these movies are short. You see a 3-hour movie released on one Blu-ray, no one complains, but you put 2-hour, 15-minute movies on there, everyone goes, there's 2 movies on one disc. Blu-ray's capable enough to handle this. I know a lot of people like individual discs, though. My big problem, though, is you pull up the DVD and it just has the poster for each movie, and it doesn't bring you to the menu. It just starts playing the movie, and if you want to access the menu for that movie, you have to push the menu button. It pops up on the side, so there's no individual menu. It's just a poster to start each one, and then just use the menu button. So this is the disc. We'll get into this later, but some of the movies are repeated on each pack. So House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, and then Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. So you compare that with the Wolfman, Frankenstein, and it's the same deal. There's the movies on the back. Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Son of Frankenstein, Ghost, Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, and then if you notice, the 2 House movies and then the Abbott and Costello movie are repeated because they have Frankenstein in them, so they belong in each pack. There's Frankenstein. Now, one thing unique with this collection is the Bride of Frankenstein also has her own disc. Then they repeat, and you get your first triple movie on a pack. Like I said, I've seen 3-hour movies on one Blu-ray, and these are only about 1 hour 15 minutes each. But this disc, Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, and then the 2 House movies, and then that Abbott and Costello disc again, because there were 3 monsters in that movie, and the Legacy Collection has every one of the monsters movies, even if they were in another set. So here's the Wolfman set, and there's this unique disc. There's that same disc with the 3 movies, Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. So you see the Wolfman, he did his own movie and then he jumped right into the crossovers. But what makes this pack worth it is it does have Werewolf of London, which is actually Universal's first werewolf movie, and then She-Wolf of London, which actually came after all of them. So there are still 3 films on here that are unique to Wolfman, but yeah, you see the crossovers really hit hard. The Mummy, The Invisible Man and Creature, no duplicate disc, because these guys stayed by themselves. Get you a chance to look at the listing, and then we'll go right in. The picture disc, and then you see they double up for Hand and Tomb, and then Ghost and Curse. And then Abbott and Costello Meets the Mummy gets his own disc because it falls on the end there. Then up next is The Invisible Man. Get a little look at the back there. And look at the disc. Here's the Invisible Man on his solo disc. Returns and Woman, Agent and Revenge. And then Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man. Now, keep in mind that those last two Abbott and Costello movies you saw were different than the one that was on all three of those last ones. And then lastly, Creature from the Black Lagoon. Now this, there are only, if you look at the back, only 3 Creature movies. Now they did make it cool if you guys have those 3D Blu-ray players. They got 3D for Creature and Revenge, but let's open it up and you'll see there's the single movie for Creature, and Revenge and Creature Walks Among Us are double packed, and a lot of people are like, you're doing only 3 movies in this pack, and they don't each get their own disc. And this is actually kind of interesting. This particular one I got, these are actually thick enough little wells there that if you wanted to, you could actually stack them. And I don't know why they did double stackers for this case, because it's 1 disc and not 4. But anyway, so Creature is only 3 movies, and that's one thing with this is the Creature pack is usually just as expensive as the others, but it only has 3 movies. Now, Dracula, Frankenstein, and Wolfman do have a lot of crossover, as we said before, but they do have enough unique movies. I love the way their spines line up here. Get that on camera. Anyway, so you'll also note, and I've seen a lot of other reviewers reviewing the, they have the pack that has all of these, and so this slipcase, the pack that has all of them doesn't have the slipcases. It has one big slipcase that all of these go in, and from what I gathered, this is actually clear instead of blue for the Blu-ray case. One thing of note though is all those movies that repeat because multiple monsters are in them, they just go ahead and pack all those discs in. So like I have the 3 disc of Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Those are still there when you do the multi-pack with all of them, you know, because they just copied the inner parts, which is kind of weird. The multi-pack with all of them also features the 1943 Phantom of the Opera with matching case to the previous ones, but you can buy the Phantom individually. It's kind of funny. It has the matching disc, but not the matching disc art. Not the matching case art. But personally, I didn't want to buy them all at once. I like the way the individual box arts look. And plus, I didn't have all that money to drop down all at once. So I'm missing the Phantom in that set, but I don't mind getting it in a different style. And whenever you see they do the 6 or 8 Essentials pack, which only has like the first ones, except for it may have the Bride of Frankenstein. And when they do 6, sometimes they don't include Bride, sometimes they don't include Creature, sometimes they don't include Phantom. Just look up which one's in there, but note if it includes Phantom, it's always the 1943 Phantom and not the 1925 Phantom, which is a far better movie. It's kind of weird. Phantom, you know, but this one is no sound, it's silent, and this one's in color, so he never really fits, you know. No black and white talkie for the Phantom. But anyway, part of the reason why I didn't mind buying this separately and not having the matching case is because I knew I was going to have to buy the 25 Phantom separately, and I knew the case wasn't going to match anyway, you know, because it might as well have the Phantoms match with each other. Anyway, this is a cool release. I like to have everything. I wish they had an individual legacy pack with both Phantoms, but Phantom 25 is actually in public domain, and Universal, they trying to push Phantom 43 because that's the one they still own the rights to. I also wish they would do more of these. You know, I know this is all the classic monsters, but you do have, like, say you could do an Edgar Allan Poe Legacy collection. But it seems like after this, they're doing volumes of 4 movies at a time, and they're a little expensive at $60, but if I ever get free money, they look nice, but these are only about $30 each. Sometimes you can find them used for $20 or so. Either way, though, these black and white movies look really, really great on Blu-ray. And yeah, there is some overlap because, you know, the Dracula one is going to have all Dracula's film, the Frankenstein one's going to have all Frankenstein's films. And when they cross over, they go on both sets, and I get it. But yeah, I wish they had both of these Phantoms in one that matched these two, but I already got them from other releases. And this is Universal putting it out. It just has a different cover than these guys with the box motif. Anyway, I really like them. I've watched a good chunk of them. I'm not through with all because there's a lot of sequels. So, if you guys stick through with this channel, I'm going to have more Universal monster reviews coming in the future. I've already reviewed Dracula and Wolfman on the channel, and there's more coming. I want to watch all of these. Anyway, that's it for now. Hope you all have a good day, and I'll see y'all later.